Okay, perfect. Shall we start? So I'm Gabriela Wojka. I'm the PSP coordinator at the lower school, and I'm teaching year 1 and year 2. And I will be starting in a minute after Lucy is going to introduce herself. Lucy Allen.
Hi, yeah. I'm a teacher in the upper school. I teach individuals and societies in the upper school, which is like humanities, but also I'm in a pastoral role as well. We have heads of house in the upper school, so so I'm also on the pastoral side of things, which is where the wellness activities come from. So I will let Gabriela lay the foundations, and then we'll just kind of move on.
Take it from there. Okay, so I'm going to present. I've got some slides here. I'm going to present it, and please let me know if you see it.
Yep, they're there.
They're there. Okay, everybody can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. So it's wellness in PYP, and wellness is covered by PSP curriculum. And PSP stands for Personal, Social and Physical Education. And we all know that PSP, it's a subject that plays a vital part in children's preparation for life, develops them as their responsibility for their own physical development, their own learning, and their own relationships with others. Research tells us that children who are emotionally healthy do better in school. So it is a holistic approach, as PSP helps children to become well-rounded individuals and achieve their potential by supporting their well-being and tackling issues that can affect their ability to learn. It's included throughout the curriculum, but in particular through opportunities in the units of inquiry. What do we want students to know? In PSP, the development of overall well-being is defined through three common strands: identity, active living, and interactions. So identity, they have to understand the inclusion, diversity, beliefs, and values. Also, we bring in the contextual British values. British values is a British government initiative, and all schools have a duty to promote them. You will see the poster on the next slide. The poster is displayed in each classroom and is referred to by the teachers and by the children. Active living, they have to understand the balance, healthy life, and promotion of well-being. And the fact that our daily practices have an impact on our well-being. And interactions, understanding of how to interact with other living things and the wider world. This is the poster that I'm talking about, British values posters, that illustrates the value of democracy, the value of mutual respect, the value of rule of law, individual liberty, and tolerance of different cultures and religions. And as you can see, it's linked with our learner profile and attributes. So it's got the IB language in here as well, the IB learner profile. Oh, sorry, I went too fast. This is the poster that I'm saying displayed in each classroom. Development of the well-being. So what is wellness? It's an active process of becoming aware of and making choices for a fulfilling life, or as the National Wellness Institute says, a conscious, self-directed and evolving process of achieving full potential. And why it matters, I think is absolutely crucial to have a higher quality life, because everything we do and every emotion we feel relates to our well-being. But also, in turn, our well-being affects our actions and emotions. So it is an ongoing circle. There's, according to the research, there's 8 dimensions of wellness. They're all interactive and equally vital. Intellectual wellness, emotional, physical, social, occupational, financial, environmental, spiritual. And one can reach an optimal level of wellness by understanding how to maintain and optimize each of the dimensions of wellness. There's Andrew Wright came up with these 12 rocks of well-being for children, for teachers, and for parents. they help us to maintain a positive well-being. There's actually 12 habits that we should carry out every day. They're simple, but they do require a bit of planning to make sure that you do them every day. Make sure that you sleep 9 hours a day, exercise 20 minutes a day, do your mindfulness about 5-10 minutes a day, listen to music, walk in nature, learn, play, create, read, express your gratitude and kindness. So they are very, very simple habits, but you just have to do them. Then what happens at the lower school, we know how mindfulness, how important it is. So we kind of established a routine every morning because we wanted the children to be aware of the present moment, aware of their thoughts, aware of their feelings and behavior. Because in the morning when they come in, we do that every morning. So when they come in, sometime something might have happened at home, something might have happened on the way to school or on the bus. So it is important to slow down a bit, to just give them a chance to calm down, and so we can get the most out of them. It's embedded in circle time, and it teaches them to be resilient, especially during challenging times like what we have right now. But also students learn to hold and observe their thoughts, their emotions, their sensations, just create that self-awareness. They calm their minds so they can calm their bodies, and we can and they can make good choices. We do follow 2 websites, so Go Noodle with lots of activities. I do recommend to have a look at that, and Mind Yeti. Mind Yeti is slightly for all the children. Go Noodle for younger children, and we use them in the lower school. And that's it for me. Can't hear you.
So in the upper school, we kind of build on that because Gabriella's given you the kind of foundations, the academia, the IB philosophy on that. I was just going to show you some ways in the upper school that we build on that. Firstly, one of the first things that came to my mind, as well as a lot of other of the teachers' minds, when we first went into lockdown, was like, actually the students need to learn to cope and be very quickly with this new way of learning. And luckily Dwight had got the remote learning in place immediately, so the students were immediately able to come and see us every day, and we were, you know, luckily we were able to teach them like this every day. But also there are other issues with children who are a bit older, and the last thing that they want to do is be stuck at home with their parents, and so we kind of came up with I don't know if you can see this, I hope so. Oh no, that's the wrong one anyway. Oh dear, sorry, that's the second one. Oh, let's go anyway. So I what we did, I'll just mess up. Sorry, I'll just I really tried. Right, okay. The first thing that we did was just to a, there we are, let's see. You think I'd be an expert at this by now, but it doesn't work. Can you see the presentation?
Yeah, it's starting.
So just we sent out to all the students, we sent out just strategies for, I mean, they're a bit more independent. A lot of the students were at home, their parents working remotely or whatever. So just the first things were tips for them. Now we're kind of developing emotional just independence and independent skills, which not only are we talking about work skills, but we're also talking about independence in their own emotional well-being. So just some tips and hints about how to keep themselves positive during these times. And this is theirs to keep. We sometimes refer back to it anyway. You know, are you healthy mind, healthy body? Some of those lists that Gabriella showed you, we built on that, their interests. You know, how could they be at home but still be able to function and be happy, basically. And then when we got back to school, and we decided that once a half term, we do kind of a whole day of wellness activities. We do during the vertical tutoring time. So we used to be vertical. During tutor time, we used to have vertical. Before COVID, we had vertical tutor groups, which were all age groups mixed up in one tutor group, which was really nice because the younger student had the older students, and the older students had responsibility and become role models for the younger students. But COVID and bubbles have prevented that this year. I'm not sure when we'll be able to go back to that. But we still have tutor time once a day. So they still meet up with their tutor once a day, and they have us that was always somebody there for us. But also the wellness activities once every half term. I was just going to give you an example. Don't think I am. I was going to give you an example of something that we have. It's not there, sorry. That we've done with the students. So building on with younger students, we presented from year 7 all the way up to diploma, had different wellness sessions with different teachers, sessions about how to relieve stress, and I delivered someone to them on how to build happiness. Because as you grow older, you kind of move away from your parents, but you still need to be able to control your own emotional happiness. So we're kind of making them aware of themselves and other people, the mindfulness side of things. Where are they on a scale of happiness? Some people start at different places to others. Failure, and certainly in the IB, failure is kind of celebrated. Mistakes are there to learn from, and actually we kind of, when somebody makes a mistake, sometimes us teachers say, yay, now you can learn for yourself the right way to do things. And I said to the students, I like to think that this poor guy learned that, he just had to a few little tweaks and he got over the fence the next time he tried. Then we worked in partners, and by talking out loud, I think you kind of, by talking out loud and sharing with somebody, you can learn a bit more about yourself. And when you think out loud, it directs you into how you're thinking. And then how to cope in a situation, developing resilience, how to cope in a situation when you're not feeling so great. There are lots of things if you want to reflect, but also there were other strategies that the students could use. Again, we say, now is a moment, but then now is another moment. And so try these things out and see how they feel, and they're things that you can use in the future. So it's just kind of the basics, but as you move on, and if you're going, when you're studying for the IB, it can be a really stressful time. So try and try and help ways to relieve the stress, as well as, you know, when you're younger, starting school for the first time can be a stressful experience. So, you know, there were lots of ideas that we shared, and the final one, just to cheer them up. But we like to, as a pastoral department, I like to kind of how to improve your happiness, and which will improve. I believe that a happy student is a student that will learn better, and want to learn more. So, you know, developing those techniques throughout your school life of how to be a happy learner as well, well, just makes such a difference to your growth, really, and to your adult life. You take those things through.